In this video tutorial, I will review and demonstrate different techniques for rendering kitchen appliance finishes. Let's begin by rendering the hood. Reset the foreground and background colors on the main toolbar to black and white. Make the hood layer the current layer. We'll be using the gradient tool at 100% opacity using a linear blend of black to white. Check your settings if you want to follow my demonstration. Once you have a base gradient layer, I switch to multiply and I add additional gradient strokes. As a review, whenever I use multiply, I use a gradient stroke opacity 25 to 30%. Next, add the gradient to the hood shield. Try not to make the rendered parts too solid. Remember, light is reflecting on a metallic surface. When I add a gradient to the hood enclosure, I again use multiply at 65% opacity. When rendering small solid parts, a few pixels at a time, I always use the pencil tool. I will use the eyedropper tool to pick gray pixels in which to fill in around the hood shield. The hood is complete. It is now time to go on to the range. I will be demonstrating how to render the range using two different finishes. First, go to Google to bluestarcooking.com. On this website, you can customize the range to fit the specifications of just about any project. From this website, you can explore all the different colors and finishes that Blue Star has to offer. Once you've selected your base color, your knob color, and your trim color, and you have 36 inches selected as your size, take a screenshot of the previewed Build Your Own range. In Photoshop, go to the File, Open dialog box and pick the screenshot you just created. Prepare the screenshot to be used in the PSD file by removing the background. The magic wand doesn't always work, and in this case it certainly doesn't. If the magic wand doesn't work, the next tool I would try is the polygonal lasso tool and make an outline around the entire range. Remember, once you have completed the outline of the range using the polygonal lasso tool, go to the Select pull-down menu and save this selection. It will save you time in the future. Once you've saved the selection, now go to the Select pull-down menu and inverse the selection. Use the Delete key to get rid of the white background. Once the background is deleted, use the Crop tool to crop the image closely around the perimeter. Next, you want to save this file so that you can use it in the future. Go back to the Select pull-down menu and load the selection. Go to the Copy command. Copy the pixels from the screenshot. Paste the selected pixels into the working file. Use the Move tool to adjust, resize, and relocate the range into the spot where it's specified. There's only one thing wrong with this image that we've selected from the internet. It's in perspective, and we're working on an elevation. So I'll use the Marquee tool to trim the top part of the range. Make a few more adjustments, and then I will render the rest of the range using the gradient tool. Once we have the first range finish option completed, we will duplicate the range layer. From the Image pull-down menu, go to Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. We can then modify the range finish to show a second color option to the client. The range color is okay, but the hardware is not right. So magic wand the color part of the range only and redo the Image pull-down menu, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. This way, the hardware will remain correct and we can just alter the color of the range. Now, by just turning on and off each of the two layers for the range, we can show the client two different finish types. Use any technique you've learned so far to render the refrigerator next. I will select a custom color from the digital library and then use the gradient tool to render the refrigerator. Alternatively, you could just as easily download an image from a refrigerator manufacturer and show that, much like we did the range in the previous example. It's really your choice.